I haven't had any single sip of alcohol in the last 5 months, and literally that has been the best decision in my life, for my business, for my confidence, for my work ethic, for my physique, and many, many other things. Before, I wouldn't say that I had like alcohol problem, but I really enjoyed going out, and had more than one drinks, like usually when I went out, I went usually over the top, and then the next day I felt really, really shit, couldn't do anything, right? And then you kind of deal with hangover consequences for more like 3-4 days, especially when you get a bit older, right? Like when you are 18, 19 years old, then I think you wake up next day and you still feel good. But I think once you start to get a bit older, right, like the hangover really hits you, and it hits you for the next days, right? And kind of also tricks your brain. I think it's like kind of pushes your brain like to have more these quick dopamine hits, right? So let's say you have alcohol, right? You're gonna crave more junk food, you're gonna sleep in, maybe you're gonna start watching more porn, so like these bad habits like stack on it, like that's what I like noticed when I had alcohol. Also like last years, like I'm always in a great shape, right? But let's say I'm like dieting for 8-12 weeks, get in amazing shape, then summer comes, and then you kind of go out on weekends, have alcohol, junk food, right? And fast enough, you are like not in that best shape anymore in like 2-3 weeks. You were like training 8-12 weeks for that, and now you kind of in 2-3 weeks have destroyed it, right? The next day you can't like even focus, you're unmotivated. You have like this huge ass to-do list, but yeah, you don't want to do it, right? You just lay in a bed, scroll your phone, and these days like stack up, like let's say if you do that every weekend, like you're wasting so much time, and especially if you're a man in your 20s, 30s, and you are on this self-development journey, you're trying to scale your business, you're trying to give back to your loved ones, you have these huge ass goals, but you're still going out on weekends, getting fucked up, drinking alcohol, maybe smoking weed. You're doing the service to yourself, and you're doing the service to people who actually are counting on you. Maybe your mom, your dad, your brothers, your sisters, like they want to see you win. But you're not gonna win if you're like still getting fucked up, every weekend. Like why I quit alcohol like for these 4 or 5 months, because last drink I had on 31st of December, basically New Year's, was here in Bali, went to Savaya, was black coffee, my favorite DJ, but I like got just fucked up, and then the next day I felt shit, and I knew I can't do this anymore. It's like just short-term fun, right? Like it doesn't bring any value or happiness to my life anymore. So like I think the next very day, on the 2nd of January, I started my 75 hard for the second time. I did it last year as well, just to build that discipline, good habits, better time management. Also quit alcohol, quit junk food, and then I finished in middle of March, and I still continue like building those habits, right? Like didn't had any alcohol since then, and not even planning to have. I'm not saying that I will never drink. I think there's like some seasons where you should enjoy if you want. Of course, I'm 100% confident that if you really cut out for the rest of your life alcohol, that's just gonna do better. But for me, I still sometimes enjoy going out, and probably will have alcohol time to times later in the summer, sometimes when I travel to a new place or something like that. And also what I've been noticing, like how my confidence has developed like in these last 5 months. It's like exponential, remember, like, let's say 1 year, 2 years ago, when I went out, and let's say didn't had any drink, like I didn't feel confident, I just wanted to go home, like, and I couldn't enjoy myself or like socialize in the best way, but now in these like last 5 months, like my confidence has really grown. I still go out sometimes with my friends, and it's easy for me to say no to alcohol. I just have water, Coke Zero, but also like where else I have really improved is just talking with people, especially with girls. I see some good looking girl, probably like a couple of years ago, I couldn't even go talk with girls if I hadn't had a drink. Now if I see some good looking girl, like I just go talk with her. How to say, my main goal is not to like sleep with girls or like have this pipeline of girls, that's not my goal. It's just I do it more for confidence, and just like my social skills, like just go up to someone, have a normal conversation to see if we are matching good energy or not. And I think that's how it should be. You shouldn't like put this goal. I think most men, especially some of my friends, like they go out and like they just go out with the goal to sleep with girls, and most of the times like they don't sleep with the girls because they really want that, and if you want really something, like you're not gonna have it, right? So I think the best way how you should approach this game is just not putting yourself like these set lines, that you need girls, or I will talk with this amount of girls. I think just go enjoy your time there. If you see someone you like, approach them. If they reject you, that's totally okay. That's actually just gonna help you more, especially if you are in a kind of coaching world, right? The more rejections you're gonna get, the more easier you will be on a sales calls. So yeah, I think the confidence has really grown with cutting out alcohol. I'm more social, more confident, can go out for party, enjoy myself, dance as well. And another part, like my focus and my work ethic has grown as well. Like my head is so clear on a daily basis that, yeah, I just like have my to-do list, right? And I crush those tasks. Before that, let's say if I had alcohol, right? As I said, even for the next couple of days, you kind of will be in this brain fog, unmotivated, procrastinating a lot. So it doesn't just affect one day, it's gonna affect your whole week, especially if your goal is like trying to build business, trying to grow. It's just gonna hold back your focus, your energy levels. You're not gonna take any action. And yeah, again, cutting alcohol has been one of the best decisions what I've done. And if you are still going out on weekends, getting fucked up, chasing girls, trying to sleep with them, I think that's not the best direction to go in life. It's just short-term happiness. Probably next day you're gonna wake up, you're gonna feel a bit depressed, not satisfied. So chase the things actually that excites you on a daily basis. For me, that's getting myself in shape, getting better at business, marketing, sales. I love this game, I think it excites me so much. Going surfing, actually talking to, girls without like needing to sleep with them, because that's kind of builds your confidence. And if they even reject you, that's totally okay. That's part of the game. You enjoy the process. You getting better at something. So, yeah, try to quit alcohol as well for a couple of months at least, and you will definitely start noticing changes in your life. You're gonna become way more confident, more energized. You will know exactly what you want to do. You're gonna chase the things that actually excites you in a life, and just gonna become way better individual. We'll have this kind of strong masculine energy, and people gonna notice that. You know, people gonna see you're becoming this different person, you know. They're gonna notice your energy. You know, you're gonna look also way better, right? You're gonna be in better shape. You're gonna make way more money. So this is literally one of the biggest cheat codes that you can do there, guys. So give this a try. Let me know in the comments if you drink alcohol or not, maybe for how long you've been sober. And yeah, let's keep crushing, guys.